Hello and welcome back to Clownfish TV. It is me, Geeky Sparkles, and it's just me for this video because Neon is busy someplace else. So today we're going to talk about the Disneyland impending strike. We haven't talked about it much on here. We're waiting to see what's happening, but as of yesterday, a bunch of union members were protesting outside of the gates, some of them in their Disney outfits, their costumes, and now we're looking at strike authorization possibly happening tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that. So please like and subscribe. If you do, we'll give you a woohoo, and we're going to talk about this daily dose of Dismal Disney. So union protesters are chanting "shut it down" ahead of the strike vote. So there's a union coalition that's representing the four unions that basically represent the 14,000 employees and cast members at Disneyland. We're talking across the board, from people who take tickets to those who park, who work in the parking, to those who make candy, to those who, do different jobs in the parks. They're all deciding whether or not to strike because their complaint has been that while Disney keeps having these record profits for the parks and experiences, and they're using it to pretty much bankroll the company for their filling divisions, they keep raising the prices on guests, and the cost of living is increasing across the board for people. But those in California and places like New York are especially hard hit, and they aren't getting paid enough, and Disney doesn't want to give them that much more. And they're like, we can't live on this. What are we going to do? And for those, we've said many times at this channel that the cast members that you see, that you interface with at the parks, are the ones that bring the magic. They're the ones that bring people back to the parks. The park experience, people go back again and again and again. The reason they go back is for the people that you see, the cast members that work the rides, the cast members that work at the store, the cast members that, clean the parks. Those are the people that make the experience magical for you, the guest. And these are the ones who Disney is not wanting to pay. But of course, they give plenty of money to the higher echelons of people. And Bob Iger isn't doing too terribly because he and his wife just bought a controlling interest in a sports team. But I digress. So yesterday there was a protest outside of the gates of Disneyland. Now, according to this article, which is the Orange County Register, they expected like 400 people to show up. They got 700. Okay, so it's a big deal. And then yesterday was the 69th anniversary of the park's opening. So that's why they picked the day. Union members set up a sound system outside the security checkpoint, delivered speeches while theme park guests entered and exited. The rally moved to Hollywood Boulevard because they felt Disneyland drop-off and pick-up lot. Union members chanted, "If we don't get it, shut it down." This is a coalition of 4 unions, the Member Service Council, that's been meeting with Disney over this. Now, tomorrow, they're going to vote for strike authorization. Now, that doesn't mean the strike would start immediately. That would mean that they would move forward to strike. That would give them the go-ahead probably to do so, because they're having another meeting, negotiating meeting the 22nd and 23rd. So this will probably let them have the go-ahead to strike if that doesn't go well. All right. And the threat of strike might, light a match under Disney's ass, but we don't know because it's Disney and they're stupid. So who knows? But it's concerning for people who have trips planned to the parks that, if there's a strike, what are we going to do? So much so that Disney even had a FAQ saying, a strike authorization is not usual as part, or is not unusual as part of negotiations, and does not indicate a strike is imminent or underway. It's going to be happening. If you guys don't do what they want, they're going to strike. I really think that they're going to do so. Now, Disneyland had a contract for covering their employees that ended on June 16th. And that's for like 9,000 of the employees covered by unions. Disney California Ventures contract and Downtown Disney's are still in play. They're good till September 30th, but they're negotiating them as well because, they're going to end soon and they want to make sure they get a contract in place, ideally before the other one ends. And that's for about 5,000 employees. So people were down there. Here's some of the pictures of the people that some of the signs they had. Bibbidi bobbidi boost our pay. We deserve more than the bare necessities. Some of these are really good. We get GTA 6 before our back pay. Here's a statement from the Disney Workers Rising Bargaining Committee. Workers of Disney's largest bargaining unit in California, representing a diverse set of classifications from custodians and ride operators to candy makers and merchandise clerks, entered in negotiations with the company in April. Yes, they've been trying to get contracts since April 24th and are fighting for fair wages, a fair attendance policy, seniority increases, and safe parks for cast members and guests. In June, Disney cast members announced that they filed unfair labor practice charges against Disney on behalf of 14,000 workers at the resort for unlawful discipline, intimidation, and surveillance of union members exercising their right to wear union buttons at work. Yes. So what happened with that is back in May, they filed because over 550 cast members said they were unlawfully disciplined and they were intimidated and surveilled by Disney for wearing union buttons. They said it was unfair labor practices, and they pressed charges against Disney. There are people that were intimidated, surveilled, and disciplined. Cast members have been at the bargaining table for months trying to win a fair contract because we deserve more, but the company has been busy breaking the law, surveilling, intimidating, and disciplining cast members for exercising their rights, said Michi Cordell, a fairy godmother's apprentice at Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. These unfair labor practices are hindering our ability to get fair contract we deserve, and Disney must be held accountable and prevented from further threatening us, the cast members who make the magic for the guests on a daily basis. So what happened was they were wearing their pins, and it's like a Mickey with a fist or something, and they were wearing their pins, and allegedly different managers told them to take it off or they'd be reprimanded. Some claim that they were reprimanded over this wearing their pins, and Disney's trying to argue it's not part of the acceptable uniform, but apparently painted nails for men is, but you can't wear that pin, they're saying. And then because of it, they actually filed unfair labor practice charges against Disney a couple months ago. So that's what that's about. Back to this. So they said the charges relate to over 675 cast members whom the unions maintain have been intimidated, surveilled, disciplined for wearing union buttons in support of their contract campaign. The charges are currently being investigated by the National Labor Relations Board. Here's some more of the pictures. These are from Inside the Magic. They got it from different places. I deserving living wage, not just a quarter. Yeah, I guess they want to give them a quarter, 50 cents, and that's it. Well, Disneyland brands itself as the happiest place on earth. The reality for park employees is largely one of economic hardship. According to a survey, 73% of the cast members that make these profits possible report they do not earn enough money to cover basic expenses each month. I keep seeing story after story where I have to live with people and we still can't make it by. Like I'm living with my dad and we still can't afford to live. People are like, I can't even pay my rent and what I make a month. And I'm almost making $20 an hour because California is ridiculously expensive. A separate survey of cast members this year found that nearly 3 in 10 cast members, 28%, report experiencing food insecurity. 64% of cast members are rent burdened or spending more than half of their monthly paychecks on rent. 33% of cast members experienced housing insecurity in the past year. 42% of cast members had to miss work for medical treatment because they didn't have enough sick leave. The contract for cast members at Disneyland expired June 16, 2024. The contract for California Adventure and Downtown Disney cast members expire September 30th, 2024. Here's some different videos and stuff they have. They said it's not going well with the negotiations. The company's repeatedly been harassing too many workers, which you talked about. Decent wage, standby wait time too long. Their posters are great. I mean, they're really good. Various cast members and union officials described their experiences. Here's what the people were saying when they were talking about it at the protest. Ginny Cristalis, who is a cast member at the Emporium at Candy Palace, said cast members are scared of being retaliated against by Disney for their union activity, and that's preventing us from getting a contract that pays us living wages. Interesting they said about retaliation, because we just did a video yesterday talking about how at Walt Disney World, they were not fixing an air conditioner that they knew was broken for months and months and months, and allegedly, and it caused cast members to faint, and people were afraid to even, talk about what happens because everybody's afraid of retaliation. We hear this, they're afraid of retaliation. That Disney difference, the Disney family, you're worried about, it sounds like more like a family, like the mob, because you're afraid of retaliation if you speak out of line. This rally today on Disneyland's birthday shows Disney that even though we are scared, we're going to stand up and do what it takes. We make the magic happen. We are why Disneyland can celebrate its birthday today, and we need a fair contract that represents us and our work. Damascus, if I say your name wrong, I'm so sorry. Castellanos, Secretary Treasurer of the Local 495. Union members at Disneyland create the magic every day. These workers deserve fair treatment. Disney is a corporation with a market cap of over $174 billion. There is no justification other than pure greed to deny these workers a fair pay and good working conditions. I mean, like I said, the theme parks are literally propping the company up at this point because of bad decisions made by C-suite individuals, mostly Bob Iger. And while he's out buying sports teams, these people are like, am I going to be able to eat today? You keep raising the prices on the guests. And then, you guys aren't the ones who have to deal face-to-face with the guests when they're mad. These people do. All right. These are the ones who get spit on. These are the ones who get screamed at. These are the ones who, have to enforce your stupid decisions like lightning lane and upcharge after upcharge. And they're the ones that try to make it a better experience for the guests firsthand. And these are the ones you won't pay. But C-suite people are getting how much money while the company's losing money? I'm just saying. Dee Dee Miranda is candy maker at Disneyland and a member of the bargaining committee. We're 400 Disney cast members rising up today. They expected 400, but people said 700 showed up. I don't know if that's true, but that's what other news outlets are reporting, okay? We're 400 Disney cast members rising up today to show Disney that we deserve better from this company. We're making the magic for guests. We are the ones to provide them with a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's time for Disney to value what we do. Exactly. Y'all want to make the rules and you want these people to deliver it, but you don't want to pay them fairly. Like, these are full-time jobs we're talking about. It's not, you need to pay them like it's a full-time job. You're charging, candy maker. How much are they charging for the candy apples and things? And then they can't pay their people? Yeah. Karina Ortega, Disneyland custodian, shop steward, and bargaining committee member, said, "We are standing together today to demand jobs with dignity and livable wages." Now we're talking a custodian shop steward. Why isn't this person not being paid fairly? We, the essential workers at Disney, are the true magic makers, not the corporate executives. That's what I've been saying. It's unjust that the lowest paid cast member would have to go to work 550 years straight without a day off to make what Disney CEO Bob Iger makes in 1 year. Agreed. We're fighting to ensure the happiest place on earth pays livable wages and treats workers fairly so that this job doesn't become a nightmare. Cast members are not afraid to stand up and demand what is just because we are stronger together. Yeah, this is from Inside the Magic Hat. Combine this. It is not looking good, guys. If they don't reach an agreement next week, they're going to vote to have strike authorization tomorrow, which is probably going to go through if I were to guess. Because they want to have that lined up so that if next week still doesn't work out, then they're probably going to move forward. And then that's going to be a big problem for Disney, isn't it? Because they have guests coming in who want to go to the parks who paid a shit ton of money to be there, and they're not going to be able to go to the parks if people are striking and things are shut down or they don't have enough workers to cover it. And then even if they keep it open, they don't have enough cast members to cover it. It's not going to be a very good experience for those guests now, is it? Your stocks are already going down. I don't know if right now is a good time. You might be better off paying people more to get your stocks back up and maybe do some damage control for the Disney brand, because the Disney brand is going down the toilet. The Disney difference now is you pay more, get less. The Disney difference is that you treat your people so badly that they're afraid to say anything for fear of retaliation. And those are your family. You call them a Disney family. I don't know if this is a good look right now. You're probably better off to, fix the air conditioners in the break room and give people, livable working conditions and fair pay. And because you're already charging guests more, I wouldn't charge guests anymore, but then you need this good PR. You need the PR wins. You're losing in the court of public opinion. Right now would not be a good time to screw over your cast members. I'm just saying, because they're the reason why people can come back to your parks, and you need the parks to, hold off all the other bad decisions you made. So, please like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.